I'm panicking about OG's injury. That's all it ain't. I'm not panicking about us. This is the latest that I've seen from 8 hours ago. Knicks coach Tom Thibodeau on OG Anunoby's injury update. You've always got to trust the medical staff and trust the player, Coach Tom Thibodeau said to SNY's Ian Begley before the Knicks dropped a 113-105 loss on Saturday, February 3rd at Madison Square Garden. So when he's healthy enough and he feels comfortable and he can trust his body, he'll be out there. What the hell do you guys feel about that?
Go ahead, Flea. You go first.
I mean, I don't know when he sustained the injury. That's number one. So I can't be clear on like how the injury happened. Nonetheless, if the dude is injured, I don't want him to play because he'll be a shell of himself. He's a guy that we need to be able to defend. He's a guy that we need to be able to be scrappy. He's a guy that we need to be able to hit open shots. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to cut to the rim. Everything that he's done, thus far as a Knick, we're gonna need him to do. And if he's not, 100%, I don't personally want him out there. So until he gets healthy, we'll wait till then.
What do you think, AllBall?
I totally agree. I don't know what the how can I say? I don't know what the injury, I don't know what it came from. I don't know what the hell happened, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but if he's not fully healthy, then yeah, I don't want him on the court at all because we see how we look with him. So for me, listen, man, it's Flea Fabian. I'm getting a little nervous
with OG.
With everything because we don't know what's going on with OG. Then you have Randall. You have Grimes, and then with Mitch, they said it's possible. He can come back sometime in the season, and it's like, listen, man, we see what we got real special with everybody healthy. It's like, come on, man, for these things to happen right when we like on fire, and like you said, like when OG the first game he didn't play, I didn't even realize it until I'm like, and then when they said the injury, I'm like, what the hell? I'm sorry.
No, but this gives us an opportunity to come back down to earth for a second, take a look at the landscape, take a look at our roster, take a look at what we really got going on right now. The All-Star break is coming up. That's a built-in break, right? That's a built-in rest for guys that are banged up, for guys that are nursing injuries. So this can turn into a good thing. And we also got the trade deadline coming up this week. So now, we lost to LA, cool. Fabian, let me know who's next up on the roster, on the schedule, who we got coming up next. But, we got to take a look. We got to take a look because, the OG move might not be the only move that we make before this deadline. So if we do look at a Brogdon, that would be good. If we still are looking at Murray, that would be good. Like anything to continue to upgrade the roster and get healthy guys out there to play is what we need to be looking at right now. We know we got guys that are banged up, and but we want to continue to win games.
We got the Grizzlies on Tuesday, so that's 2 nights off. That's really good, especially with the injury coming up. And just to give us an update here, according to FoxSports.com, this is OG Anunoby's injury history. So we have his latest is the elbow, of course. We have a finger from last year, a leg from a couple months before that, ankle, wrist, ankle, hip, finger, health protocol, injury recovery, injury management, calf, rest, calf, knee, eye, appendix, head, personal rest sprain, personal orbital contusion, torn ACL from 2017. 2019 was when he missed with what? What was he out with in the playoffs with?
The appendix.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The appendix. So I know he missed did he miss the playoff run?
Yeah, remember? Yeah, that was when they won
Toronto.
They won the championship.
Right.
Yeah,
he was out.
Kawhi Leonard was there.
So now we see all you guys, all you Golden State fans talking that, all that. Oh, yo, we were healthy. You got this guy out there with Kawhi Leonard. Y'all got to kill that talk. He would have shut that. They would have been Kawhi under pressure and Steph Curry and whoever else. With Kawhi and OG, this guy, a baby version of him,
They still not beating them with Kevin Durant if he's healthy. I'm not.
I disagree with that.
They're still getting smoked, right?
I disagree with that.
They're still getting smoked. But they might not win a game. They might not win a game.
When did Klay Thompson? When did Klay Thompson get hurt in that series?
Game 5. I don't quote me, but it wasn't the closeout. Was it the closeout game?
Sixth game? I don't remember.
I feel like I want to say
it was the game before the closeout. I think Steph played the game by himself. Because I know KD got hurt the series before.
The closeout game, Steph was by herself. It might be the fifth game Fleet, but even if it was the closeout game, it might have probably been early in the game. Because in the sixth game, Steph and them still had an opportunity to win that game.
Right.
Yeah. I gotta remember that play.
But we're still talking about the Raptors. Even before Kawhi got there, DeRozan was there. They would go at it with Golden State. Before KD was there, Kyle Lowry and them would go at it with Golden State. I used to love watching Golden State Toronto games, 2015, 2000. They used to give them problems. Then you traded DeRozan for Kawhi. I didn't know OG was anywhere near this good. So I'm just saying, anybody can say whatever they want. So the same thing with the Nets in 2020 and on the Bucks when he won because everybody got injured. Okay, the Nets weren't fully healthy. Neither were the Lakers. Like there's a lot of teams out there that health they compromise a lot of people. And right now we're being compromised with OG. Now, the only thing I can say is this elbow thing came out of nowhere. The only reason I posted this up was because there's no history of an elbow injury. There's no history of anything like this. So I'm trying to see, trying to find some sort of hope in this. And the Knicks are going to keep quiet about everything. They don't even let Leon Rose talk. Tom Thibodeau said this is up to the player. Well, if it's up to the player, this is Kawhi Leonard's zone. This is LeBron James' zone. Big time player, has a lot of power, which I'm not used to with the Knicks. So if this is the case, what do you guys feel about him deciding to play when he wants to?
Well, I look at it like this. The guy was playing at a really, really high level. He fit seamlessly into what we were doing. He upgraded our defense immediately when he was entered into the lineup. Yes. So I want to trust the fact that he is out right now. I want to say it's legitimate. You know what I'm saying? Because for us to be playing at such a high level with him in the lineup and him playing so well, if he was healthy, I would expect us to have him out there. So I would agree that something is wrong. Now, do we feel like it's long term? No. I would that's I'm not gonna jump out on that limb yet. I don't think it's long term. I do expect him to maybe play a couple games before the All-Star break, and then guys will really get some real good rest. And that being a week or so, with the way that thing shakes out now. So, maybe to just get some run under his feet, maybe a game or two before the All-Star break, and then guys really get rest. But I wouldn't say that OG has anything long term until I hear something. Then that's different.
Hey, Fabian, real quick, when you get a chance, could you pull up how many games we got left before the All-Star break and who do we play?
Yeah, that's a great question. Great question too.
And while you do that, yeah, Flea, great point. And Fabian, great point. I think we just need to be healthy and get in the playoffs. I'm at that point now. I see how good and how great we look. We just got to be able to hold fort. We hit the third seed. We was a game behind Milwaukee for the second seed. So for me, us able to do that is super great. So now my thing is, let's get in the playoffs. I think even if we fall to the 4th, 5th seed, I'm fine with that. I'm also just want us to be fully healthy getting into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And real quick, what Fabian asked about OG. OG I don't know him, never met him, so I have no inside. But from the outside looking in, he doesn't seem like a player that is like that. So if he can play, I think he'd play. If he was able to go last night, I think he would have played. So I'm not worried as far as OG, acting like a one of these other superstars that, if he couldn't play, he won't. And like I said, the Knicks also organization might be cautious. They may be telling them, hey, take it easy. Now, if we lose 2-3 in a row, okay, you got to get it going. But one game we lost, remember, when he went out, nobody expected us to win those 3 games we won anyway. So we was playing with house money going against the Lakers last night. So yeah, real quick, if you got that, you can pull it up.
While he's pulling that up, OG has been 15-5. 15-5. Shooting almost 52% from the field, y'all. Close to 40% from 3. He's been great for us. 84% from the free throw line. He's been amazing for us. Almost 2 steals a game. Like this dude's been amazing for us. What do we have?
So it looks like the Grizzlies are next. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games because we have the 14th is the last day before we play the Orlando Magic on the 14th before we play the 76ers on the 22nd of February. And so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games before the All-Star break. And like you said, too, that's a really great point.
How was that 5 game?
We got the Grizzlies up next, Mavericks, Pacers,
okay.
Rockets, and then the Magic.
Gotcha.
Like you said, too, great point. We beat the Hornets, the Jazz, and the Pacers without OG, right? Well, and the Heat without OG, right? We won 4 in a row without OG, right?
He didn't play against the Heat?
No, I don't think so.
He did play against the Heat.
I think he did play against the Heat. I don't think he played against Charlotte. That's when I think he didn't show up with Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken.
He played against the Heat.
Okay. Yeah, he did. There you go, 34 minutes. So maybe somewhere in there he got hurt. And then they are officially a half a game behind the Cavaliers for 3rd place. And yeah, so I told you those are great points. We were 3-0. We're now 3-1 without OG Anunoby and really 3-1 without OG, Mitchell Robinson, and Julius Randle. All 3 that we do expect back by the end of the season. So, and also there has to be something really, I would think, dire or just for OG, for Thibodeau to say that he wants his soldiers at full strength. Because we only had, that was an 8-man rotation in yesterday's lineup. I don't know if you guys would have minded seeing Evan Fournier yesterday. I don't know if he fit in there yesterday, but I don't know if we could have fit anybody else or not.
I don't feel like he would have made a difference yesterday in terms of what we needed. You know, he's a shooter. That's what he does, right? He's only has a job because he's able to hit, you know, shots. But I haven't seen him hit shots in a long time. So I don't know what he could have brought to the table yesterday in terms of, you know, even helping us be in that game, especially in the 4th quarter.
Well, I mean, to be honest, yesterday, unless Brunson went for 50, Fournier was definitely not going to help. Like I said, the Lakers literally got up for that game yesterday, and they knew they had a wounded dog in the battlefield. You know, I watch a lot of National Geographic. The Lions, what they do, they watching who's injured, who's young. They're not dealing with the big dogs, the guys that's healthy. So, you know, that's why I say LeBron is smart. Can't knock him for that. He knew what he was doing. This is in the Garden. Let's get some rest. Let's be healthy, you know. So, Fournier definitely wasn't going to help yesterday. Like I said, Brunson would have definitely needed a 40-50 piece. And like Flea said, we missed so many shots and just bad turnovers. So, like I said, you see the fatigue sitting in. I'm sorry. I don't like making excuses because if we would have won, I definitely would have been going crazy. But yes.
OG, but let's call it what it is, though. I don't want to cut you off, but you're not making excuses. This is context. This is basketball. Like this is what we watched, right? Like I don't want to. We got to cut this out about excuses. This is not excuses. Yeah. This is what happened. This is what we sat back and watched for 48 minutes yesterday. So when you're talking about what's going on the court and what you see, these aren't excuses. These are the facts of what's happening. You can see that we're fatigued. You can see that we were running out of gas. You could see that we weren't hitting shots. You could see that the defense that the different looks they threw They threw almost four different looks at Brunson last night. 4 different kinds of different looks. It wasn't just the boxing one. They were throwing 2 at him. As soon as he crossed the half court, they was throwing 2 at him at one point, right? So like there was a bunch of different things that was going on yesterday, and the average person that's looking at the Knicks, because Brunson is playing so great, they don't realize that we're down 3 starters and a rotation guy that plays really great defense and can hit open shots, and Grimes.
Yeah,
3 starters. You know what I'm saying? So that's really like you guys. I'm high on Brunson, but you guys feel like he's a superstar, which I respect. But that's the effect right now. He's been so great that everybody forgets that our roster, our lineup is not fully healthy, and we're still going out there being competitive against the best of the best. So on to the Grizzlies, man. On to the Grizzlies.
Oh, Fabian, what's those 5 teams again? Grizzlies, we should win that game. Which is not a gimme though, but we should win that game.
I heard Dallas and Houston at some point.
Yeah,
Rockets and Orlando. Orlando's the last game. It was 5 teams though. It was Grizzlies,
Indiana,
Pacers again, Rockets at Houston and at Orlando. I think at Houston is obviously a big deal. That's playing the Mavericks without our guys Julius Randle and OG is going to be tough also because we let Kyrie go crazy that day. That was insane. But we're going to be at home. We've been playing tough at home. And then playing the Rockets on the road. The Rockets seem like a real formidable team, way more formidable at home. On the road that you could get them because they're young and everything like that. But and Orlando, Orlando's a tough matchup. They beat us last time. I know I was high on them before. I'm still high on them. They're a trade away, I think, from just being just super. But they're tough. They got 3, 6, 10 guys. That kid, Jonathan Isaac, changes everything. Everything. You got Suggs and him. We need to be ready for him. We need OG out there to really counter whatever they got going on in Orlando.